Hey guys, what's good? Just coming at you with another video about a watch I recently traded for. This is a watch I've really actually wanted for a long time. This is the Breitling Avenger. There's lots of Avenger series watches that Breitling makes, and this is the Chrono Avenger M1. As you can see, it's got a quartz movement. You may be able to tell based on the arrangement of those sub-dial registers. And look at how the the seconds hand just ticks at 6 o'clock. So let's activate the chronograph and talk about some features of this watch. It's a Breitling super quartz or high accuracy quartz movement. Super quartz is the term that Breitling uses, and basically that means that it's a thermocompensated quartz movement. It's about 45 millimeters in diameter, so a chunky watch. And it's a thick watch too, probably about 15, 16 millimeters thick, and you can see it's got a helium escape valve built into the all titanium case right there. So even though the watch is chunky, it's still very light on the wrist. It's 1,000 meters water resistant, so that's really awesome. That's all the water resistance you'll ever need. It's got a unidirectional crown with the iconic Breitling rider tabs on the crown. It's got a really nice, thick, knurled crown here, very easy to manipulate. The pushers are interesting too. You know, whenever you have a, one second, watch this second hands go around. Look at that. So to interrupt my own train of thought, you can see how this unique chronograph works. It's got 2 seconds hands. And so the first seconds hands is it's the one that's actually clicking over, but the second one shows the elapsed time in minutes, which is really cool. It makes it very easy to read the watch at a glance. Okay, anyway, going back to what I was talking about previously. You know, most watches or dive chronographs, they may have high water resistance, they have screw down crowns or some other mechanism to prevent you from accidentally using the crowns underwater. Makes sense, because that's a source of entry for water into the movement, especially when there's such high pressure. But these crowns are interesting. These pushers are interesting because they're magnetically activated. So you can use them without actually interacting with the movement. Therefore, they can be used underwater, even at extreme depths. Start that back up again. And then let's watch the seconds hands go around again. Just a really useful feature. So I know immediately, instead of having to squint at these sub dials, I know exactly that 2 minutes have elapsed since I've started this video. So yeah, a really cool watch, and one that offers you a lot of technology. All titanium construction, 1,000 meters water resistant. Lug width is 22 millimeters, and it's got this really unique, really interesting magnetic pusher technology. Screw down crown, of course, and unidirectional titanium bezel. All right, let's try it on the wrist. 1 second. Okay, and we're back, and let's try this thing on wrist. So about 45 millimeters in diameter. I've got the Big Pilot on today, and we can just look and see a comparison of the size. So, the Big Pilot is a big watch, and really this Breitling wears much more compact. It's much more of a cushion case style. So let's try it on and see kind of how it fits. I've got it on an aftermarket rubber strap, but they sometimes come with titanium bracelets, or sometimes they have the Breitling rubber strap. I do have the OEM buckle there. And the way this buckle works is you just kind of tuck the strap into that extra metal piece there, so it acts as a keeper on its own. And then you can use a second keeper kind of like that. So it's very secure fit. And there you go. That's the Breitling Avenger M1 Super Quartz Chronograph. A lot of watch for the money. These are, I think, really good deals right now. The watch was discontinued. There's been a lot of changes with the Avenger line. In my mind, it's not as distinct a line as it used to be, and it kind of blends in a little bit with Breitling's lower sort of entry-level cult watch, which is also a great line of watches. But you know, the Breitling thermocompensated quartz watches are just really cool. And the case technology, the case construction is just so good. I mean, this all titanium case is just feather light on my wrist, even though the watch has a lot of presence. It's a thick watch. You know, the watch definitely has some thickness to it, but it just wears really easy. Of course, a sapphire crystal, and just really, really easy to wear. I love the movement. I think the movement is extremely practical. It's very useful for day-to-day use. And it's probably the most practical implementation of a chronograph function I've encountered on a watch that I've owned, just because that minute totalizer function is just so useful. And again, it's just really easy to use, you know, just on, off, and watch whenever I reset it. Sorry, hang on a second. I promise I'm going to try to reset that. There you go. There, it's reset right now. It's got a date. You can see it integrated at 4:30 right there. You know, and it's there when you need it. It's not when you don't want to see it. Comes in a few different dial colors. Of course, I'm always going to be a fan of the yellow dial. I think a Breitling with a yellow dial is just so iconic. I mean, like, so classic. And it's just easy to wear. You know, I really, especially as I get older, I appreciate watches that are comfortable and watches that are practical. And this watch certainly, I think, is both of those things. It's very comfortable because of the titanium. It's extremely practical because of the useful functions. And the third thing I really appreciate is it has a lot of value. You know, I bought this watch for right at around, I would say $2,500. That was not all cash. I did put a partial trade in on this watch, but I think at $2,500, I mean, it's a tremendous value. I mean, you get a watch that'll last you for the rest of your life. Really great features, really good style, and really well constructed. You know, Breitling makes just such good watches, and if you look at some of their past watches, you know, if you look at some of their older catalogs, you can really find some watches that are diamonds in the rough, that are really undervalued. I think this is definitely one of them. And so anyway, I hope you like this quick look at kind of a quirky Breitling, one that's maybe been forgotten a little bit. You know, whenever you think about, you know, what Breitling's all about. Of course, everybody thinks about, you know, Navitimers and their other dive watches, but the Avenger line, especially this super quartz Avenger line, it's a really nice combination of features that lends itself to easy wearing, and the fact that they can be had at really good prices on the secondary market, I think make them even more attractive. Anyway, hope you like this quick look at a unique watch, and what could be better than a big titanium Breitling with a bright yellow dial and a super quartz movement. Those are all check marks in my book. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, God bless, and look forward to making some more content for y'all soon. Bye.